Hey everyone, how's it going? Today, we're not working on the Focus or the Corvette. We're working on the 2013 Cadillac CTS. It's the Luxury Edition. It just means it's got fancy stuff somewhere, I guess. Anyway, check engine light is the problem on this. Purchased the car about a year ago, had check engine light on. I've got a code reader, and I'm going to show you the two codes I'm getting that make me think that what I need to change are my intake manifold gaskets. We'll jump in, show you what the codes are on the car really quick, and then we're going to dig right in and get that all tore apart. And like I said, guys, 2013 Cadillac CTS has got the 3-liter, and we have check engine light. So I'm going to show you really quick on my code scanner the codes that we're getting. First code's P0174, which means the system is too lean on bank 2. That's a stored code. And then we can cycle through. The second code that's stored is a P0171, which means bank 1 is also too lean. So it's got bank 1 and bank 2 listed as too lean. And that's where we start to see some of the issues. Here you'll see in the code reader that it's got permanently stored codes that have to do with the P0171 and the P0174. And that's what we're going to fix today. So if you're having check engine light issues with your CTS Cadillac, it's like 2008 to 2013 model years with the 3-liter, and you're clearing your codes and they keep coming back, but the car seems to be running normally, maybe a little bit poor fuel economy, this is probably your issue. The gasket set we're using is an actual intake manifold gasket set. It includes the intake manifold gaskets as well as the throttle body gasket. There's everything right there. And I'll leave links to all the products I use and stuff down below in the description, but that's what we're gonna be doing today. And for anyone maybe wondering, that is the gasket set that we are using. This is the OE equivalent. All right, so now to get to the manifold, we have to remove all the covers and stuff under the engine bay here. So we're gonna start there. You know, these little seals here just kind of peel up on either side, give you access to take all this stuff apart. So we're gonna pull these out. They just pull off pretty simply, and then we'll be back in here. And just something weird on this car, you will have to pull the oil fill cap off there to get this top cover off, as it does kind of sit on top of that, which is just kind of weird. And I don't know if you need to for sure to do this job, but I am going to remove this strut tower brace that goes across the front of the vehicle here, just to give me access to that full intake right there. I can move this back cover off. I think there's a couple clips under here that I have to pop off to get that out. So we're just going to unbolt that on either side there, and then we're going to pull that out to give us easier access. You know, and I don't know that this would be a dreadful video if I didn't have to use trim tools. So right back here on the top on either side are the little body clips. You just use one of these, pry it under there, pull that lid off, or the little top, middle center top off, and then the whole thing pops out. So we're going to pop those out there really quick, and then give us access to that intake. These are those body clips. Like I said, you just take one of these tools, you put it under the top here, you pop this top out, then the whole thing comes out. It allows this part here to squeeze shut to get out of the hole that holds that in there. So now we can pull the rest of that cover off out of the way, and that gives us access to our intake right there. Looks like there's a PCV valve, a sensor we'll have to disconnect, fuel line assembly right there. We'll have to release the pressure on that probably. We'll unbolt the air intake at the front, and honestly then it looks like it should just come pretty much right out. Nice daddy long leg right there. Winter, at least it kills the spiders and bugs. You know, every once in a while you get lucky when doing stuff on cars. When you think it's going to be something, it ends up being something else. So I'm getting in here planning on doing the intake manifold gasket because I'm getting the two codes in my sensor, which means it's a vacuum leak. So I'm thinking that the seals are bad, like one of these guys are bad, or the seal around here has gone bad on the car. I pull it all apart, get the cover off, and guess what I find, guys? Disconnected vacuum hose right there, going right up into that intake. So honestly, That's probably the fix to my problem I'm having. I probably don't even need to do this intake manifold gasket. Part of the reason I think this is my problem too is you look how much oil is built up on here. So this is where it would suck vacuum up through here and it'd pull the oil back through the intake, feed it back through the system, any burn off type stuff there. But it's disconnected, so it's been evaporating out. There's been the water coming, you know, the water vapor comes up out of there as the engine's turning and stuff, and the condensation kind of piles up here and leaves this oil residue. So honestly, this has probably been the reason I'm getting the codes on this car. You can see it's actually, I think, broken off in there. I think it's supposed to connect inside of there. You see it just barely touches right there. So I actually need the new hose right here is what I need. So I'm gonna get one of those ordered. All right, so I've gone ahead and just disassembled this really quick, and I'm just honestly cleaning all these pieces because nothing's broken. It looks like it honestly may have just slipped off. This was really greasy, so it wasn't staying on there very well. So we're gonna clean it out, put that back together, get that back on there, and we're gonna clear the codes, and I might leave this for another day. So watch for a future video of that still potentially, but I'm just gonna see if this fixes it for now and go from there. And like I said, I'm not gonna go ahead and tear apart the intake right now. It is easy to do, I could do it, but I just wanna validate that this is actually a problem. I'm gonna reset the codes in the car, see if it happens again. If the codes get thrown again, that'll kind of point towards the bad intake manifold gaskets at that point, and then I'll go ahead and do this job. It's really a super quick job. It wouldn't take long to do it, but I just want to see if this was the problem. I mean, having a vacuum leak with 2 codes that are a result of the car throwing more fuel or not having enough fuel in the intake system because it's sucking in too much air. I mean, that's a vacuum leak. We just saw we had a vacuum leak. So like I said, I cleaned that up. I put the hoses back together under there. I'm going to put the covers back on right now, reset those codes, and we'll see what happens. All right, so we've reassembled the hose. Now we're going to go ahead and go in here, and we are going to clear out these codes using the tool right here. On the tool, it's got like the little eraser looking thing that we use to hold down. And yes, we want to clear all of the codes. Erase successful. So now it cleared out our check engine lights, and we just need to keep an eye on it. Like I said, here's a permanent code for the ones that were in there, the 171 and 174. Those are going to be in there permanently. There's probably a way to erase those. I don't know what it is, but those are just going to be there. And if you don't have one of these little tech tools to do code reading and stuff with live monitoring, definitely get one if you have a vehicle that has OBD2. This thing is amazing. Definitely get one. I'll leave a link down below for you guys. All right, so we got the engine all put back together, codes are cleared, we're gonna let it run for a few days to make sure that check engine light doesn't come on. But today, an important lesson in making sure you're checking everything as you're pulling it apart, because I could have easily missed that, gone through all the trouble of replacing the intake manifold gasket and not needed to. Honestly, it was like maybe 30 bucks for the set. It wasn't too expensive anyway to do it, but we'll see. So for right now, it looks like the Cadillac's fixed. Put back together, check engine light is cleared. We'll see if it lasts, and until next time.